Pull yourselves together and tell me what happened.
I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but this... If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
Okay, then. Don't go into the one on the right.
What a gruesome way to die.
Oof.
Not much I can do for this guy.
Victim. Well, while we're hunting for clues of his killer... Ah, there we go. Tossball betting slip. This betting slip lists some increasingly bold wagers made for a team called Mostly Colonists. It's from the left field tossball betting. Okay, that'll be probably our next port of call then, wherever they are. Aha. Hastily packed suitcase. Several ragged outfits, all of the same cut and colour, was stuffed into this suitcase. Search the apartment for clues. Okay then. So basically he got himself too far in debt, and then the heavies came round and killed him. Ooh. Yeah, that's quite gruesome. I wonder what they hit him with. Always ask around.
Shh.
Terminal. 2S Nadai. Okay. Mr. Nadai. Nadai? I'll go with Nadai. Sorry to bother you about this, but something foul is leaking from the apartment upstairs. I don't know what Celia's cooking up there, but she works for you, right? Do you think you could talk to her about it? To Rose. Isaac. Can you please try to keep your windows shut? As I've tried to explain, leaving them open, especially when you've got food out, invites mantis swarms. And mantis swarm infestation is... Oh, and a mantis try that again. And a mantis swarm infestation is everyone's problem. A lot of new words here to try and wrap my tongue around. Braxton, I know you keep odd hours. I know because I've heard you coming and going at all times of the day, night. Haha. But maybe you could try and close your door a little more quietly. I have rather sensitive nerves, and every time I hear your door, I think we're in the middle of another Amber Heights. Okay then. Interesting. Who are you? Not creepy at all. Oh. Dead? I think she may be dead. Okay then. Resident. Alright then. Well, that's 2 dead people here then. What happens if I sleep for 8 hours? Will I wake up and find that she's alive, or is she still going to be laying out there on the bed? Oh, she's alive! Hello.
We don't get many outsiders.
Well, you've met one, even. Goodbye.
Whatever you do, don't mention tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
Okay then.
You know, I haven't seen him in a while.
If you got him stuck in an hour-long roundabout.
Was Isaac the one who just got killed?
That's against regulation.
Hello.
What do you think you're doing?
Stealing your stuff. I mean, I was just leaving.
Just don't make any trouble for me, okay?
Farewell. Ah, can't lockpick it. Mwah. I have an inferno scythe. Mwah. Laura. Okay, hello.
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
Okay. I'm looking for Braxton. Have you seen him?
Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry.
Dilated pupils, anxious posture, muscle spasms. She's high on some quality stuff.
Okay, then.
No! Okay, maybe, just a little. Braxton always has a good stash, and I just like to let loose a little. Stop thinking about the marauders and the raptidons outside, you know?
So do you know where Braxton... so you do know Braxton. Where is he?
Oh, damn. He told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick, and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
That's all I needed.
We're in agreement that this Braxton is probably dead, right?
Oh, who knows anymore. Okay, out for deliveries. Dropping a care package off to Martha's in the old ruins south of Stella Bay. Be back soon. Laura, I know you're reading this. Stay out of my things. She doesn't care. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay, I think that's everywhere. Right, on to the next place then. Do 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 do. Random resident. More buildings. Let's see what's in the local bar. Ah, I was expecting a barmaid, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, Everett Gill. Hello.
Good day to you.
Good day to you as well. Oh, Chef Raymond.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit.
Charming. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Most people don't. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves.
How's that?
Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rap spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation. And I was a fool for staying.
My engineer's looking to get a dustback casserole. Can you cook one of those?
That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back. Before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town, what with the monsters hereabouts. I can whip one up for you, but it'll cost. Here's a menu.
Ooh. 3,000 bits. Okay, you can take me. You take me for an idiot? No damn casserole's worth that much. Try again. Try harder.
Whoa, hold on. Okay. Leak contained. Stars. Look,
Oh
Captain.
dear.
This is the best I can do without putting myself out of business.
2,000 bits. I'll get back to you on that.
Sure, just let me know.
Is that just back? Oh right. Why did you why did you decide to stay in the first place?
Sanjar, of course. He had all these glorious ideas about how he'd run Monarch. Rest periods between every work shift. No shift more than 10 hours long. It all sounds wonderful, until you realize there's only a few centimeters of repurposed steel between you and the deadliest creatures in the galaxy.
Okay, seems like you want more than centimeters.
That's what she said.
Giggity.
There's truly no end to my suffering.
Ever thought about leaving Stella Bay?
Only every day. But in case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly get ships on a regular basis, yours notwithstanding. And even if I did scrape together enough to buy passage out with sublight, which would mean reaching Fallbrook without getting eaten, shot, or dissolved into green goo, what then?
You forgot stabbed. That's also a possibility.
Well, thank you for reminding me. As if I weren't already destined for an early grave.
Well, fair enough. Ever thought about leaving Stella Bay? Why don't you just tell me?
Nothing. That's what. Because MSI is not in what you'd call good standing with the board. So even if I could get out of here, no one's gonna hire me.
Not with that attitude.
Was there something else? Or did you just want to mock me?
Okay, fine.
Where should I...
Da 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 da. 4.
Oh.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh, that sounds right.
Even
sounds
talking
rough
about
even.
it does my blood pressure up. I've really got to stop.
Alright, fair enough. 5.
Lucky you.
Well, at least we found found our casserole person. Oh, nobody up here to stop me. Aha. Ah. I'm not getting that. Alright. What about here? Ah. Why are there energy cell ammos? Oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm just going to take them. Right. On to the next place. That's the apartment. That's the resident. Stella Bay sign. Have we already gone past this? Exit. But what's over here? Geothermal generator from the looks of things. Betting shop. Betting shop? Betting shop. There's the the workhouse, not the workhouse, the warehouse. That's the word I'm looking for. Warehouse. What's in here? Bossman, I'm guessing.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
Okay. Hello.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
Where's the "you're very pretty" option? What was that exchange about? You having money troubles?
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Why? Do you normally blow your money on Raptidon parts?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
Okay. Why are you buying so much from Sebastian?
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Maybe I can talk to him for you.
Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
Wait, I'm curious. What do you see in Sebastian?
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Good to have standards, I guess.
I know what I'm looking for.
You really want to be someone you can't talk to?
You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny.
There are other fish in the sea, Celia.
Not in Stellar Bay. Everyone else who isn't taken either smells like salt tuna or they're my boss. Besides, a man with a good smile and a proportionate upper to lower body ratio isn't something to pass up.
Okay then. That's all I need to know.
Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
I'll talk to you later. Hello.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
Ew.
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
Okay, that's very generous of you.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
I'm just looking for the information broker. Me, I'm charting my own path. Going where the wind takes me.
What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway.
Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Afraid not. Hold on. If I have to eat one more weird science project passed off to me as food in this sprat colony, I'm going to stab someone. Hey, it could always be both.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
What exactly are you hoping to accomplish?
Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
Oof.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
And you're tired of scrounging and scraping by, is that it?
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
What?
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
What do you mean to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Returning to the board is your only chance if you hope to survive here on Monarch. That doesn't mean it'll be easily achievable.
Indeed not. No worthwhile plan was ever simple. That's what I always say.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
This lady knows what's going on.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
I think I may have just found a business owner in this game I actually like. I think I must have spiked my beer or something. This is a new and weird experience, and it's just... Maybe I'm getting ill with something. Have I got another cold? Anyway. Fine, but how do you mean to do that? Oh, actually, how long did it take you to Oh, right, yeah, no. Go with one.
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course.
Wow.
If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Not bad. This Bolt 52 sounds useful. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
Never realized fighting the bureaucracy could be this interesting.
It is quite the rush.
Wow, my intelligence is that low? Ordnance or ordnance? Huh. Okay, where do I find one?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Okay. Then I guess I'll go get your Bolt 52.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Yeah, sure. Before I go, I need to ask you something.
What can I do for you?
I'm looking for an information broker.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate.
Okay, how do I get to Devil's Peak?
You'd head south along the road and look for a mountain to the west. Not that I'd advise it. It's a terribly dangerous trek. But if you insist on going, I'd recommend taking a local guide. Nyoka would be a prime candidate.
I think she's going to be a
If
companion.
you can keep her sober.
No promises. I have a question about MSI in the good old days.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
Fair enough. How did MSI get kicked off the board in the first place?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
Do you mean that you initiated your own removal from the board?
Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. Back then, it was known as Terra 1.
Ah. But that's why there's Terra 1 and Terra 2. What happened to the other corporations?
As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
But not MSI, right?
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to.
And how did that work out?
Most regard Monarch as a lost cause. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
How forward-thinking of you.
It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
It was your leadership. I take it your leadership didn't embrace your ideals. Actually, using the board's own tools against them. That's clever.
That's what I thought. But the senior executives laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else.
Yet, here you are.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI.
Must have pissed off some real big suits to get stuck with that.
On the contrary, I wrote lots of very important reports on behalf of top MSI officials before I was able to achieve this position. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
That's low, even for them.
I don't think I realized how far they'd stoop. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
What exactly do you want? Why exactly do you want back on the... Wait, what? Why exactly do you want back on the board?
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Without the board, chaos would overtake the system. Working within the established order isn't a principle to snub one's nose at, Captain.
If you can't beat him, might as well join him and reach into their pockets.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation.
They've treated you pretty roughly. Is it worth going back to that?
I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Good for you. Force them to the bargaining table.
I've discovered it's much easier to negotiate from a position of power. And I don't mean to leave MSI or its people at a disadvantage. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
What's the hazard clause?
It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
A necessary evil for the greater good of society.
That's exactly how the board describes it.
And they invoked it on Monarch.
Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way. What can I do for you?
I met Grim, the landing pad
I
guard.
see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Oh, I have to go. Okay, farewell. Is there anything else I
anyway.
can talk to him about?
Then it's...
Yeah. No,
What
never
can I
mind. Farewell. What's in here? Oh.
No one saw me trip over that, right?
I missed it. Right. I'm looking for Doop-a-Doop. Ah, there he is. Sebastian! Hello.
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
Nope. Let's talk about Celia.
Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that Raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff.
Would you consider going on a date with her? Oh, he likes you.
Nice of you to say. I like her too.
She's interested in you. Oh, no, I mean she really likes you.
And I gotta admire anyone with her passion for canid hides. But you don't have to butter me up.
Now I see what Celia was talking about. This guy almost reminds me of Irion.
Who?
An old acquaintance from the Groundbreaker. Real piece of work.
Oh, him.
That's mighty kind of you to say.
But we were talking about what a lucky gal Celia is.
Anyone who can afford such a fine collection of mantisaur claws has it pretty good.
You idiot, I'm trying to tell you she wants to date you.
Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount.
Oh, for the love of...
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for Raptidon tongues.
For the love of... Don't take my word for it. Spend some time with her. I promise she won't ask you for a discount.
You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice. Okay, I'll do it.
There we
Once your
go.
shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
Oh, blimey. That was harder than... that was harder than it should have been. Celia!
Have you talked to Sebastian yet?
Yes.
What did he say?
He said he'll go on a date with you.
Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia? I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on?
She is adorable and utterly wasted on that moron. Just saying. He likes you, Celia. Just don't ask him for any discounts.
Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look. Anyhow, thank you.
Oh, cool. And a level up.
Thanks again for setting me up with Sebastian. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yes. Grim asked me to check with you about his tossball poster.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse.
Ah.
But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Oh. Thanks, I'll do that.